Okay, and we are live. So, hello everyone. A warm welcome to each of you. This is Phil from Let Us Talk It weekly Zipinar. So, if you're wondering why its name is different, we call it Zipinar, as we usually do have two different topics in one session. So that's to maximize the information we share, but minimize the time consumed. Because I know everyone's working, and during these hours, it's just a few of the breaks that you have. But we appreciate your time looking at our live, and also for those who have joined in now we're Zoom. So again, this is Let Us Talk It, initiated by Cogent's Integrated Business Solutions. So they're an IT company based in Detroit, Michigan, and they wanted to impact the world and also give back to the community. So they thought of the best way to do it is to uh, share knowledge for free. So we created this Let Us Talk It Zipinar to impact the world by doing a free knowledge sharing platform where we invite seasoned, beginner, or intermediate guest speakers to share their thoughts, their best practices, and their knowledge, and also promote all the skills, products, and services that they have. All right, and we have two great individuals that we have invited today to talk about one product, and it is raging right now, and it's around the globe and making its name. And I wanted to share the topic that we have today, which is the product name itself, Luminous Enterprise Intelligence. So it is built to orchestrate complex workflows, codifying complex management techniques into intelligent, automated systems. And the guest speakers that we have today, first is Sir Trey Rutledge, which is the Vice President of Business Development at Deep Tech, who has over 30 years of sales and leadership experience, which brings a wealth of expertise in driving innovation, business growth, and market expansion. And the second guest that we have today is Sir Philip Abraham, world class complexity scientist. Uh, is He's pioneering in complexity scientist and visionary technologies leading breakthrough in artificial superintelligence and cloud-based healthcare solutions. And he is the force behind major innovations, including the renowned supply chain platform, Manugistics, and the cloud migration of General Motors through Covisint, and also has advised Fortune 500 giants like Walmart, Kmart, and Domino's Pizza, and contributed to national security initiatives post 9/11 by designing advanced analytical systems. And I have them both of them here with us in Let Us Talk It, and we are very pleased to have such great individuals who accept to share and impact the world as well, sharing the same initiative. So hi, Sir Trey and Sir Phil. How are you today?
Doing well,
Doing
Phil. Thanks
good.
for having us on.
All right, that's perfect. So I hope you're not having a rough day today, and it's just purely uh, something that you could spare in a short time in sharing to us such a wonderful product, which was making noise on LinkedIn and like any pages. So regarding Luminous, so this is an AI related product, correct, sir? So I'm not very well versed, so I'll have our professional guest speakers to start off. Like with this product, how did it came into into an idea, into the creation and the implementation? So how did it came to hand?
Do you want me to take that, Trey?
Sure.
Well, the Brilliancy Deep Tech and through its suite of Luminous products, we've been in the AI space for a long time, 30, 35 years, literally in the AI space. It's just that the marketplace wasn't really ready for it. So the Luminous products have been in the works and being designed for many years. It's just recently as a team, we made the decision to go public with it. So these are a well thought out suite of products that are designed to service many industries, but specifically anything that touches artificial intelligence. That's kind of how we got here.
I see. And uh, we had some previous talks, and I wanted to know, and also wanted to share to our live audience, to the public, like why customers are lining up to use your products or Luminous.
Great question. I'm happy that they are. One reason we're getting so much traction is over the years, as we began to really research AI and what products are needed to make AI work. So where most of our competitors are just jumping into AI, we've been building the roadmap for the whole AI from start to finish and what products are needed along the way. So the customers now, whenever we have a call, they say things like, wow, that's amazing. Or do you have more easy buttons? This is so easy to use. And so the fact that we're taking complex technologies and we're creating, for lack of a better phrase, easy buttons so that people can onboard to AI, and not just to get on AI and wave their hands and say we're on AI, but actually do something with it. So for example, we have easy buttons in place that you could take a complete global supply chain and hit a few easy buttons and off you go. You've migrated your supply chain over. I mean, these kind of solutions are unheard of right now, but ours are vetted, well thought out, and with references and things like that. And so customers are like, oh, thank you. It's such a breath of fresh air. So that's the main reason is we thought everything out. We have immediate ROI and we can solve problems really quickly as we work well with others. And finally, I want to say, we understand the 4 levels of AI. This is a little bit off message, but people need to understand there's 4 levels. So you have level 1 machine learning, which most people understand. Then you have level 2 artificial narrow intelligence, ANI. Then you have level 3 artificial general intelligence. You start to get some more bandwidth there with the AI. And then the ultimate level is artificial super intelligence. Well, I personally have been working most of my life and in grad school on ASI. So with that kind of bandwidth and research, we knew what products to implement, create, and that's why customers are really enjoying it.
Wow, that's overwhelming information, definitely. And like, can you share a short story, sir? You can keep it anonymous. Like, the first company or the first group who have used your products, sir.
Sure. Definitely. Jim, I'm on that podcast. Can I call you right back? Okay, bye. Sorry, that was a customer. Sorry to interrupt, but we had a customer
Yeah.
on the knew what that would happen. The question was some real life examples?
Like you can just share a short story. You can make it anonymous, sir. Like the first group of people or a company that has taken advantage when you first implemented.
Well, I don't know how to answer that because there's so many. We could start with Manugistics. When I created Manugistics, it may have been the first large migration to the cloud because I created that before Steve Jobs and Bill Gates and them showed up, and Google, before they showed up. I moved the largest retailer in the world, the Kmart Corporation, to the cloud. I mean, it was unheard of. And so as an early stepping into AI to create um, automation and thinking and peeling away complexity to make a large company work better, I often start with that manugistic story. Uh, I have many that are really good, whether it's General Motors, worldwide General Motors things, the government stuff, but two more I'd like to touch on is one is in healthcare. Uh, one large Catholic healthcare system asked me to catalog and identify every software system there is. And this is what differentiates us and why our Luminous products are so much more productive is this idea of complexity science. So complexity science is, physics, they call it phenomenological science. Let's count all the stars out there. Well, in the business world, we call it complexity science. So in this case, we cataloged all the software systems. So where some customers say, well, I can only interact with these 5 or 6 or 7. Over at Luminous, we can interact with all known software files and systems anywhere because we already know where the information is sitting and residing because we took the time to catalog all this stuff. And so without being able to do that, your AI is going to fail because the word hallucinations, that's the rage right now in AI. Well, it's because they skipped over a big giant piece of AI. So then with that step covered, we then moved into another healthcare system where we started to take this kind of AI thinking and apply it to a complex healthcare system. And what kind of results did we get? We got unmatched results. We got at the low end 20% savings and 80% at the high end. And we improved patient outcomes as a result. So we drove a bunch of cost out, we improved reimbursements, and we improved patient outcomes. And that was because we were able to identify where the information was from this complexity science. And through that, and another reason why our tools are going to always be better than everyone else's are things like factorial 10, meaning when a client says, hey, can you help us? We have a problem and we don't think there's an answer for it. Well, if you can achieve factorial 10, that means you can find and create 3 million potential correct, new, and different answers for a problem the customer said, oh, we can't do anything with this. So see, that's what makes our Luminous so powerful. It opens up the customer's eyes and they're like, wow, we really love you guys. And so those are a couple examples. I have, many, but those are a few.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. So, Sir Trey shared me like a diagram earlier, so I'll just put it up on screen. And if you could guide us into this diagram and yeah, share some information about this.
Sure. The Now this particular diagram was designed for easy communication and marketing purposes because as at Luminous, as we jump from, I talked about the 4 levels of AI, as we toggle between where people are at, really primarily level 1 right now today, and we kind of jump in through the different levels back and forth, many clients and other technology firms don't really understand how to go from level 1 to level 4, what different products. Most people don't know this. You have to have a whole, and this is competitive intelligence, by the way. And this is the first time I'm saying it publicly, but you have to have a whole different suite of products as you go from level 1 to level 2. Another suite of Luminous products as you go from 2 to level 3. And then finally, yet another whole different suite of products, both software and hardware, to make these things work. So that's very important to understand. It's not just, oh, AI. You have to have different software and hardware to make these things work. And we've mapped it all out. This diagram is so that when we are talking to clients and customers, instead of saying, wow, we have a lot of information we're going to throw at you, we try to boil it down to one easy slide. And that's what this is here. So you see our Luminous Enterprise Intelligence System somewhat in the center. And from there, we start to, and this is for talking. This is a diagram to support a presentation, talking points. There's multiple other slides that support this slide. But the customers need, as you know, everyone's being hacked. So even, AI is being hacked. So we brought in quantum encryption. Now you might say, okay, great, but everyone's still being hacked. Well, the gold standard is AES 256. A lot of people don't know that, but some do. We are trillions of trillions times AES 256. So we brought this quantum algorithm in that's incredible and actually speeds up the network. All the other solutions slow and bog down networks. Ours speeds up the network. So for people to say, wow, a crazy algorithm that's very secure, it must slow down our organization. No, ours speeds it up. So that secure access, we start speaking about quantum. And then we added AI. So we brought in AI, but we took the quantum and now we have that in AI. But we also took the quantum and we put it in a blockchain. So, people, first off, they're going, and this is why this diagram is so important. People at work right now, this second, are saying, how do we use AI? Other people in the same building are saying, we're being hacked. And somebody at the board of director level is saying, we got to get on the blockchain, So then you have to ask yourself, well, we don't really have a cyber solution that works. And there's so many blockchains out there. How do we know which blockchain is the right blockchain? Who has the best throughput, the highest transactional throughput, the lowest cost per transaction? We found the best one. And then, all right, then how do we deal with blockchain and hackers? Well, we put the best algorithm inside our blockchain that was already inherently secure anyways. So we start to talk about that. And then we woven into that discussion, we have implemented AI every step of the way. I mean, it's utterly amazing what's going on. We have the AI woven into the blockchain that's rubbing elbows with trillions of trillions times AES 256 encryption that makes the network more efficient and run quicker. And we put all that in there. Then, in addition to that, our Luminous suite of products has complexity science married into it, which means at any given time where AI hallucinates, complexity science never hallucinates. So people and executives and decision makers have to understand there's a cost to AI hallucinations. You don't hear people talk about that because they don't want to talk about it. So there is a rising cost to the damage done to decisions in companies because they don't understand how to manage AI hallucinations. Well, with complexity science, you have zero or near zero hallucinations. So we've embedded a tool inside our Luminous suites along with our other tools, going to market as one product right now. We'll be introducing new products and additional products down the road so that the customers can enjoy migrating into AI in a seamless fashion and have finance look down at you and say, good job. Our costs are coming down. Our value stream to the suppliers and supply chain is improving, and our sales are going up, and so are our profit margins. See, that's what happens when you're with us. For example, we had a healthcare supplier reach out to us a couple of weeks ago and said, it's hurting our sales team when they've been working very hard to close a deal with a large hospital system, but inside their company, they can't get it right. And that's hurting their ability to close deals. Well, it took us just a short time to go back to that customer and say, our complexity science engine has solved this for you. And so now we're in discussions to go forward with them. But see the difference there? They came to us and said, we have a problem. We're reaching out to you. And so we said, let our Luminous engine, our complexity science, and our other tools go to work for you on that. And we went back to them and said, good news, we can solve that and solve it pretty darn quick for you. So that's what we use this slide for. Yeah.
All right. So that
Very
was
proud of this slide. Go ahead.
the information is quite a lot, definitely. So,
It is a lot. But
but
the
yeah,
slide is simple and clean and clear, right?
yes,
And I can ramble all day long, but the presentation material is crisp and clear.
fantastic. And yeah, in case if it's okay to ask, like everybody's curious, like for Sir Trey and for you, Sir Phil, like when did you start the collaboration, the process of creating this the Luminous?
Well, like I said earlier, Luminous has been in the works for several years. Our brilliancy and complexity science has been in the works for close to 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
So there comes a point to where, how do you introduce these AI tools to the marketplace and have the clients embrace them and say, wow, we really like this, right? So then we had to dive into the marketing piece. So we've had Luminous tools. We didn't know how to name it, present it, and take it to market so customers would enjoy it. We could have said, oh, Phil's got some great stuff, but the customer wouldn't understand that. But when we say the Luminous enterprise engine and suite of products, people start to say, okay, I kind of understand that. So we had to give it a name because we were taking it to marketplace. So, but it's been in the works for a long time. A lot of depth there, a lot of research, a lot of work.
Just in the last couple months, we've made several new iterations and added quite a few new easy buttons. So, we're making it more simple to use and operate with over time.
Wow. And is it okay if like do you have like we can uh maybe display some example of the easy buttons?
It's up to Trey. I don't know if Trey has it in front of him.
I don't have it in front of me, but I know that
Uh,
the easy buttons are relative to the supply chain. But it actually has easy buttons for every department and every sector. So they're really it's only limited by your imagination, really, of how many easy buttons you can create and what you can solve with those easy buttons.
okay, perfect. So yeah, what else?
By the way, on easy buttons, I'll give you an example. What if you had 5 disparate files, database files you want to look at coming from 5 different locations, or you had 100 of them? How do you start to manage all that stuff? So we have an easy button that just says, we're going to hit this button. It's going to grab those 5 or those 50 or those 100, and it's going to do what we tell it to do, like in 5, 6, 7 seconds, not months and weeks and all that. And we have other easy buttons that says, the client and salespeople might not be tech savvy, but they're good with sales. So how do we give them a visual, right? So you can hit a button and boom, the visuals are there. We have other easy buttons that says, you want to get on the blockchain? Well, how about getting on the blockchain with 3 easy buttons, click, 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 in less than 8 minutes? You're there, right? Everyone else is like, how do we get on this blockchain? We have easy buttons or click, 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 and 6, 7, 8 minutes, you're there. And then somebody says, quantum encryption and cybersecurity is a nightmare. We have the easy button for that. And then someone says, how do we know we're in training classes for AI? How do we navigate? We have an easy button there. By bringing all this together, we've created pathways, and we put easy buttons in front of those pathways so you can click and get in and click and get in and click and do stuff. So we're calling them easy buttons. There's probably a better name for it, but that's what we call it right now. That's our working name for it.
Well,
Probably
yeah,
have a better name.
that's actually the best name because, like, as you
Good.
have described it, like it's making the actual user make things easy. So that's a
Yeah,
perfect name for it. It's the best fit.
good.
All right. So, as you have also shared, like you have been creating, like AI in cybersecurity, AI and decentralized ledgers for accounting in crypto, and also in blockchain. Yeah. Can you also share some data about that, and like how is it going as of the moment?
I mean, with like the accounting and for crypto and AI, that product?
Yes.
Yeah, because I did leave that out earlier, and I'm not even sure if we had it on that diagram, but we have it on a different diagram. So yes, we have a decentralized ledger tool that also will be connected in with an easy button too, kind of like Legos, you snap them together, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Modular. And so we have a decentralized ledger for accounting and cryptocurrency. And you want to talk about, somewhat of a tough and complicated topic is, decentralized ledgers and accounting processes to handle the cryptocurrency world, right? So for
Right.
example, suppliers and vendors around the world are beginning to start to say, I want to pay my invoice
Hmm.
with the crypto, right?
Yes.
Or employees are saying, I would like to get paid, 75% in dollars and 25% in Ethereum, or 25% Bitcoin, 25% Ethereum, 50% in fiat of whatever country they're in. So that is an accounting challenge, believe me, because,
Yes.
crypto's changing price every second, and maybe you're going to pay them 2 weeks in advance, so you think you're paying them $500, but that might be worth $2,500 if with crypto going on. So, a decentralized ledger that can manage cryptocurrency and payroll and employees and their salaries and vendors and invoices, and having it have access to a blockchain encapsulated with quantum encryption, using complexity science when and where needed. That's kind of the decentralized ledger discussion there.
Yes. And like the product itself, sir, it's way too advanced, and would you say it's like close to perfection, or would there be like further improvements that
Okay, two answers to that. Our products are perfected, they're working, and they're great. But because we've been in this space so long, we have a long pipeline of new products coming, right?
yes.
And what we had to learn is we want to take all of our products and go, here, world, here's all of our products. And people are like, oh, we can't understand it. So we had to, our pipeline is stuffed. We had to slow it down and understand that the market is only ready for so much innovation at a time.
Yes.
So what we're talking about today is perfected, ready, clients like it. It's for people that follow us and stuff, you'll see, drip, 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 new products and new products and new products. Because remember what I said way earlier, there's 4 levels to AI. Each level requires different products. I'm telling you, one of the best kept secrets is each level. There's, first off, people don't even understand there are 4 levels, but there's 4 levels, and each level requires a different kind of software and a different set of hardware. And so we have all that mapped out. So if one of our customers says, boy, we really made it this far in, we're great, we're ready for more products, we have them for them.
Wow. That's really great. And how would actual potential customers or people that are curious right now or will be once they have watched this recording, how will they get a glimpse of the product? Like where can they access? Is there a website or
Well, because of the complexity, normally what we do today
mhm,
is we do have a website, brilliancydeeptech.com. But what we're doing now is client by client, when we're doing presentations and listening, like listening tours, where we just listen to the customer, and then we start to introduce the product that would fit that client at that time.
mhm.
So, and if they follow us on LinkedIn and stuff like that, we're constantly teasing the marketplace with different products and, next steps and what we're doing. And it's really phenomenal over here at Brilliancy. So, yeah,
All right. Okay. So the best way is to connect with you both on LinkedIn and
right.
check out for
Yeah.
posts and newsletters. Definitely.
Yes.
Yes, for the updates. They might, or for those who are watching or who will be watching this, you might want to send a connection and a direct message. So your curiosity would be dealt with, definitely. So what else do we need to know about Luminous, or because its its complexity, like it has to be tailored to the needs of those who would want to use it.
Well, let me say this about the word tailored. Actually, we don't even have to tailor. So when we talked mid-range during this discussion about easy buttons,
Yeah.
we skipped over the word tailored, which is another competitive advantage and competitive intelligence
Mhm.
that we own. So we don't have to sit with the customer and spend lots of time trying to figure out what's going on. We pretty much know the answer before we walk in the room, and we have the easy button built. It's it's really just letting the customer talk to us and we listen, but we pretty much know the answer to their problem before the meeting starts. And we have the easy buttons in front of us. Right. But we understand clients have to get approvals and they have to talk to their team members. So we let them do all that stuff. But when it gets game time, we're hitting easy buttons. It's really amazing. We hit easy buttons and we're off to the races. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
pretty cool. There's ROI. The first hour we walk into a meeting, the ROI clicker, it's already tabulating. The first
Wow,
hour. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
And where normally it takes months to assimilate the data
Or
and
years.
kind of get a point of view, with our Luminous engine, it's actually able to ingest the data, whether you're General Motors or Domino's or whatever size company you are, we can literally ingest millions, if not trillions, of data sets, tables, columns, graphs, and we actually have pieces of the Luminous engine that take that and create a decentralized data mesh from that ingested information. And then we're also able to start getting analytics within hours as opposed to months. So we can literally leave that initial meeting with actionable insights.
wow. That's fast. Like the actual results from like very lengthy and uh energy consuming work with just the easy buttons.
Yes.
It's already there in an instant. So
And when you know what's interesting about the easy buttons is that they actually help you walk through. You tell us what you want to achieve, and the easy buttons gives you the prompts that say, okay, if you want to do this, then you're going to need this. So we'll need these data files, and you can literally drop and drag right there and then let it ingest that data, and it takes you to the next level. So very, very user friendly, but also very prompt oriented to where it lets you know what to do next as opposed to making you figure it out.
it's literally easy buttons. Like even the commands, like you just have to read and click.
Yes. Well, we have voice command capability, so you can literally just speak to it what you want. You can orate it, and it will take action.
That's
Yeah,
very great
watch
advice.
this. Now listen to what Trey just said. Now, currently in the world, if you go into like a complex supply chain or a complicated healthcare system or a General Motors, you can't solve anything with a quick voice
Yes,
command.
true.
And there are no such thing as easy buttons because no one has taken time other than us to document and catalog every known system at General Motors or at a hospital or at Walmart. So we don't have to play around and spend the next year trying to figure out how many software systems are there at General Motors. I
Yes,
mean, there's 3 million SKUs or individual different identifiable parts that go into a typical GM car or truck. And there's hundreds of software systems that support that. It's complete madness. So we mapped all that out. See,
yeah. Like
Now you're getting into
imagine.
now you're getting into ontologies, right? Which is another piece of this enterprise intelligence engine. The semantic layer, the ontologies, they all support each other.
Imagine the hours or the length of time, like conducting research for all the things needed for such a, like, maybe small result that uh the easy buttons can just give you in a few minutes, right?
Mhm.
So it's really a great advantage if like,
you're right.
let's say everybody in like the companies, or maybe most of the primary industries in the world will be taking advantage of this advancement, right?
Yeah.
So like
Yes.
everything will be much faster.
Yes. Well, and to that point too, a lot of times when you go into these meetings and you ask the enterprise for their data, they don't always know where the data's at. And we have a relationship now where we have access to 87% of the global supply chain's endpoints in a drop-down repository that we can literally just click a button and pull it over. So we're able to go into these meetings with an advantage of a proof, a point of view with actionable insights that we don't even need to ask them for the data. We can literally come in day one and say, well, this is what we've analyzed thus far, but what else are you guys struggling with? So I think when you come in and you're already that educated and already have that much insight into their workflows and into their challenges and pain points, it lends itself to a lot of credibility with them.
Exactly. So that's gonna give a very cutting edge, and as it is way advanced to any other competitors that you have right now. Well, should I say Luminous has anything competing to it right now? Because from what I'm hearing, nothing can compete its process.
Yeah, well, and I think it's really the synergy of all the other components that we've built to support Luminous. I think that's what really separates us, having Phil with the complexity science background and him being able to plug in those algorithms really gives us the upper hand.
Yes, definitely. All right. Wow, this is like myself, I'm having a hard time like digesting some of the informations, but definitely for those who are enthusiasts out there and for those who are decision makers, this is really a very interesting uh session of the Zipinar. So in case you missed this one, you can revisit this like the recorded session on our Let Us Talk It page. So you can check this one out because this is very rare. Like you don't get to talk with this brilliant persons for free. They every like the time is very valuable, and here they're very willing to share such a great insight of a great, like a very advanced product, which you have to schedule and get in touch with them uh separately. So we are inviting questions if there are any from the attendees, or for those who are watching live, in case you have questions or remarks. we're very willing to take that one here so it can be addressed. Or in case you miss this one, you'll have to wait for a different schedule, and it will be quite long enough. So I, in my assumption, Sir Phil, you have covered much of the informations about Luminous, right?
Yes.
But it's very welcome if you are wanting to share more of what you have in mind.
Um, yeah, I do have a lot. I just was prepared for these questions.
Yes.
I do want to share that clients, I want listeners to understand that at Brilliancy, our position is we can manage AI and the hallucinations and problems that AI creates because we built our tool to be equal to or stronger than AI. So we're equal to or stronger than AI. So clients don't have to worry. Like right now, they should be worried because they think they're getting an AI and they're soon going to see a lot of havoc inside their organization. So we built our system, Brilliancy and Luminous, to be equal or better than and allow you to control AI. That's the kicker there. Don't let AI control you or your organization. You control AI, just like you would control freight bill payments or customer sales issues or your sales division. Well, why not control AI? So that's what we do. We help you control AI before it controls you.
Human-centric. Human-centric AI, human in the middle. We just don't unleash it and let it go. You've got to have restraints, you got to have controls, you've got to have an expert at the top.
And we know what AI is going to do. So in grad school, I studied, my thesis was running companies without software, eliminating IT departments, and making complex corporations and governments disappear. So we know AI's next move, believe it or not. I know what their next step is. I know what their next move is. It's very important. If I was in a big company, I wouldn't go into AI without Brilliancy and Luminous because you can make sure you're ahead of AI and its hallucinations. Absolutely.
Yes, definitely. Because that's the major concern of a lot right now, who has not been engaged with this much information about what you shared about controlling AI. Like they are afraid of like
Right.
breaches.
They
Yes.
should be.
Mhm.
They should be horrified because sorry to jump in, but it's like you're unleashing some kind of weird virus into your business world and you don't know how to deal with it, right?
Exactly.
So with Brilliancy and Luminous, you'll have a very disciplined and methodical, you know, law of the land to lay out how we deal with this. So your
Exactly.
companies can succeed and, have robust profits and keep costs under control. I
Protect
mean,
your
business
brand.
is hard enough as it is. And then you want to unleash AI that there's nobody babysitting the AI.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's actually like you're able to track still the movements of the AI that you're controlling
Right.
instead of just like you're blindly like doing things like giving commands, and you cannot exactly see what are the things going on behind your commands and all sorts.
Right. And with complexity science, you can know 6 months, 12 months out ahead of the AI with north of 90% accuracy. I mean, I want people to understand that. We not only can tell you what AI is going to do in the next few seconds, but we could tell you 6, 7, 8 months from now what AI is going to do. There's nobody out there that's doing that. Matter of fact, I got to do a LinkedIn post on that thought later today. I'm so excited about that. But yeah, we can tell you 6 months from now what your AI system's going to do to you.
Yes,
And I guarantee you, if I was a CEO of a big company, I would like to have Brilliancy sitting right next to me in a
that'd be
chair.
That'd be a great tease.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying.
Exactly. So if you're a decision maker of a company right now, make sure you actually it's either you share this video or you have to pitch uh, the actual postings from Sir Phil on LinkedIn. So make sure to follow with them now on LinkedIn, Sir Trey and Sir Phil. So you can get ahead of the game definitely by having the consultation talk with these guys definitely. So let's see. I don't see any questions just yet, but yeah. Yeah, if you happen to have questions actually and you're only watching the recorded session, make sure to just drop it on the comment part on the chat section on YouTube and I'll be able to send them the information.
Yeah. We can handle questions later if they come up.
Yes, true. All right, so let me just post this and actually let me open a tab so I can actually share the link Sertrey has shared as well.
Appreciate that. We're always available for a demo.
Yes, the demo is definitely great. Okay, here's a link and let me share screen. Am I showing it right? Okay, there. So make sure to take note of that link for Sertrey. If you're interested in a demo or consultation talk, like a quick meeting with them about the product, and you can get informations as well, definitely, in how this product is going to help your company or your enterprise. Okay. So we're about to close to the closing time, definitely with the webinar. And I'll just want to ask because I assume everything has been covered with the introductory or maybe so much of like how the product exactly works and how it will help businesses and primary industries in terms of uh, their investments as well and their what do you call that?
Decision intelligence.
Yes, decision intelligence. All right. So, any final message you can share, Sir Trey and then Sir Phil, before we close out the webinar?
Well, just feel free to reach out to us. We're very approachable and we're always willing to help and listen to, someone's problems and give them some insight on how we can help them solve that.
And we're your AI go-to team.
All right. Okay. And I forgot the website. It was the brilliancydeeptech.com,
Yeah.
right, sir?
Yes.
We just post it as well so everybody can see that. If I have written it, fine. Okay. Was it the correct
Yes.
domain, sir?
Good to go.
Yes. All right. So make sure you visit Brilliancy Deep Tech for some few informations, and then if you are really curious, want to talk with the guest speakers that we've invited right now, connect with them on LinkedIn, Sir Trey, and yes, schedule a quick demo or a quick meeting with them because this is way too advanced for any software or like programming right now, and it's really wonderful. Like I would like to talk a lot, but some of the informations are really hard for me to digest myself because I'm not into tech too much. But yes, I really appreciate the idea of how this
You,
works.
you can have us back too if you need us.
All right. Yes, if there are any pending questions, actually, you wanted to explore more of Brilliancy Deep Tech and Luminous, just let us know. Put it in comments so I can request like another schedule for our guest speakers. All right.
Well, thanks for having us on today. I appreciate it, Phil.
All right.
Thank
Yes,
you.
it's actually a pleasure, and we really appreciate both of you sharing or sparing your time actually for in terms of this initiative in giving back to the community uh, for free knowledge sharing. So, like with this kind of topics and talks and such professional guest speakers, like it's not something you can get for free, but we were able to schedule with Sir Trey and Sir Phil, and they're very willing to join us. So yes, hoping for another session in the future. So just let us know if what else you want to know about Brilliance Deep Tech and Luminous. All right.
Thank
So
you.
I guess we can conclude to the webinar today. Again, thank you so much. My sincerest thanks to everyone, and especially to our guest speakers for joining in today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care, and see you again next Wednesday, same time. Take care, everyone.
Nice.
All right. Goodbye, sir. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Sure.